This is your day, and you all are here because you embrace that, as Pam talked about, and made it a successful day. And we look forward to working with you in 2015 and beyond to continue to make Arizona Gives Day that one time. We hope it happens all year round, but that one time when we know Arizona is thinking about how we unite to build a better Arizona. And with that, let's talk about what we did this year. Overall, the campaign in Arizona Gives Day 2014 was a success because it grew in the second year. That's what you want to see when you look at these campaigns around the country. You want to see growth. So overall, we did $1.4 million from nearly 14,000 donors, more than 18,000 donations, to nearly 900 nonprofits. That is a success. So what does that mean? What does the growth look like? It means in terms of the total number of donors, we increased that 61%. The total donations grew 62%. Matching gifts, I highlighted because you heard us in the lead up to challenge your donors to put a matching gift up, which would hopefully raise the level of giving overall. So you all met that challenge. Matching gifts grew 179% over last year. Let's keep doing more of that next year. The total number of nonprofits that actually received donations grew 38%. And when we kind of measure that campaign overall, it grew 50%. So let's talk a little bit about what happened to both the donors and the nonprofits. And the data that I'm sharing with you comes from both the actual donation data that we get from Razoo as well as the post Gives Day survey that goes out to both donors and nonprofits. So starting with donors. The average donation, now there's three ways measuring average, okay? It's statistics class. Everybody ready? I know you hated that class in college. So one way of measuring it is you even out all the dollars as if every donor gave the same amount. We call that usually average, but it's actually a mean. It was $61. That was actually $5 less than last year. So we grew the number of donors and we grew the number of dollars, but on average people were giving less, okay? Median donation was the same as last year. That means if you line up every single one of those 18,000 donations in rank order and find the one right in the middle, that was $25. Another way of looking at it is what was the most common single amount given, and it was $10. And of course that's the minimum in Razoo. Both of those were the same as last year. So we continue to see a campaign in Arizona that I like to call small d democratic. We're all about everybody can give at no matter what level they have the capacity to give. And you clearly embrace that, and that shows up in the data in our campaign. As you can see, 64% of the donations were below $50, reinforcing that. And the largest gift, $18,000. So somebody out there found a donor that certainly gave at a higher level. But you know, last year was actually $20,000. So now there's only one of those. So I think there were 3 that were over $10,000 this year. Now, when you look at it regionally, that per capita gives you a really good comparative measure. Now, I want to tell you, you can look at these data. I'm showing you the top 5 counties. These are the counties that perform at or above that state level of 14 cents per capita. So, if you know of if you're in another county, if you know of nonprofits in another county, tell them this community champion strategy works. Find somebody to help organize and lead your campaign. That's all Graham County. We didn't find them in Graham County. They found us. So, how did you do? So as I said, 896 organizations received donations. Okay, we're going to go back to statistics class again. So our average, if we take all the dollars and spread them out, that includes the Phoenix Rescue Mission, $50,000 all spread out among all the nonprofits, right? It'd be $1,200 per organization. But if you take it in rank order, all the organizations right in the middle, it was $300. So there's a lot of room for growth, I know, for a lot of nonprofits in the middle. They can learn from the ones that came out at the top, like if you want to look at the mean donors per organization, oh, I guess that's where we take Ben's Bell, 650 donors, and spread them all out, right? Okay, but right in the middle it was 6. So people need to learn from Ben's Bells and Phoenix Rescue Mission and others about how do you grow both of those numbers. All right, now this comes from the survey of nonprofits. Very important because we asked them a lot of questions about especially did you have new donors? And this is what Marissa alluded to earlier, that 81% had new donors. Now that could be one new donor or that could be a lot of new donors. So we asked them to sort of break it down. And for 20% of the organizations, now remember it's about 900 organizations. So can anybody do the math real quick on that one? About 180 organizations, I guess. More than half of the donors that they got on Arizona Gives Day were new donors. And that is a huge success in terms of our goal of growing philanthropy. Here are a few of the comments. We loved all of the anecdotal data that nonprofits shared with us, but we just highlighted a few. I did want to highlight, without the cash prizes, this event would not have the same impact. I guess everybody in the room here would probably agree with that, wouldn't you? And then I love the comment about, my stump speech throughout the campaign was, not Arizona Gives Day is like election day for Arizona nonprofits, but everyone wins. And somebody sort of, I guess, remember that. And the results are always win-win. They're great for the community. Most of all, they're great for our organizations and great for the donors. And then somebody even remembered the tagline, right? Thank you for uniting Arizona in such an impactful way.